I had a choice to record a podcast or do a live stream. I chose live stream. Had fun. Felt like bad I had to leave so early, but now everyone's in bed. Easter's put up. WrestleMania is over, or at least part one. Not going to part two because the Mets are playing tomorrow night. I'm kidding, but they are. But my buddy won't be there. He'll be with family Easter night, which is fine. So I probably want to watch day two because the only reason I watch Easter, happy Easter crew. But the only reason I watch WrestleMania is just to hang out with him and the other friends there. Which a buddy of mine, CM Punk's entrance was excellent. The main match was excellent. Every other match was so to forgettable. But that's how day one of WrestleMania goes. I don't have to see day two. I just don't. I usually just go for the company. Now, I used to be a wrestling fan, big one. But I go just to hang out with those guys because I rarely see them. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania are the only times I ever see them now. But I'm glad I'm still part of that group, and they get to hang out with them. Mets won again. Let's go Mets. It was always good. And yeah, that's it. I never got to vacuum and mop that kitchen. Probably should have, but didn't. That means movie night is back on. We're going to be watching Tombstone. My nephew and his friends have never seen a Val Kilmer movie. At least they don't think they have. So I think Willow is Val Kilmer's best performance. Yet Tombstone is maybe the better movie for them. Willow has some special effects that are a little dated, whereas Tombstone is just a really solid Western. I feel there's not many solid. I'm not a big fan of Westerns. That is probably my favorite Western. Story. I'm trying to think of what other Westerns I like now that I've said that. Lonesome Dove. I know that wasn't a movie. It was a TV movie, but I really love Lonesome Dove. Yeah, there's very few Westerns I like. I'm trying to think of other ones I can't right now. I'm sure there are. But The Magnificent Seven, the original one, was good. That's solid. John Wayne stuff is okay. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance was always fun. But I don't know if that's one of my favorites. I just don't know. 3:10 to Yuma. I don't know if I've seen that. And if I have, I don't recall, which means it's not one of my favorites. But I don't think I've seen that, crew. So, all right. But have you seen Tombstone? I really like Tombstone. And that is the one we're watching tomorrow night, I guess. Plus, I have a surprise. We watched Smile 2, which is an awful movie. But in it, if you notice, the girls, if you've seen it, I'm sorry for you. If you haven't seen it and you enjoyed Smile 1, don't watch this movie. It's horrible. But anyway, it's obviously sponsored by Voss Water. How do I know that? Voss is in almost every shot. I mean, she's holding a water bottle at all times. She's drinking from it with the label pointed at you like a commercial. It's really bad. And even when she goes to the hospital after a horrific accident, her mom brings her a fridge full of Voss water, a clear door so you can see the Voss labels out. And I'm like, goodness gracious, Voss paid for most of this movie. And then my buddy kept going, but what does it taste like? I wonder what it tastes. I said, that's why they put it in the movie, so you would go out and buy a Voss. Well, we didn't know where we could buy Voss, and you can't find it at Target or Walmart and any grocery store. But we found it at Ross Dress for Less. My sister-in-law was there and picked up one just out of the blue. She was thirsty. She was shopping at Ross, and she got the Voss. And my nephew went, where did you find this? Like, she didn't know we'd been looking for it. And so it was at Ross Dress for Less. So I picked up a few. And for the past few weeks, I've been trying to get him to come over, my buddy, my nephew's friend, and he hasn't come over. And we were going to drink Voss in front of him. I have it chilled waiting in the fridge, too. I have him one, too. But we haven't told him yet because we just want to have him walk in and have us drinking Voss energy, the Voss water. And, hopefully he'll come. I don't know. Maybe he can't because it's Easter, but I'm going to try. Plus, I kind of want to try Voss too now that I have it. Yeah, Tombstone is legendary. I agree with you, crew. I think it's just fantastic. Easter Eve dark greetings again, Nazo. How are you? Yeah, I had for the first time in 3 days, I had an energy drink, and I had this one a little past my regular time, about 3-ish, 4-ish. It was 4, I think, 'cause I thought, "You know what? I am a little tired, and I'm gonna need a little pick me up for WrestleMania, and let me drink one." Now, it's not past the curfew time. Not past the curfew time. I have to finish that drink by 5, and I did. I guzzled it down. And I was like, okay, because my old curfew time for energy drinks, I'll start sipping them in the morning at work and sip on one all day long. I won't finish it till later on that afternoon. Sometimes when I leave work, so around close to 5, I'll finish it. But I just granny sip those things. Well, this time I was like, okay, if I get one, I have to drink it all the way through, right? Because I got a deadline curfew at 5. I haven't had one in 3 days. Plus, my body's kind of starved, and everything. So all that caffeine hitting it at once, I feel it today. I did see WrestleMania. I thought the main match was awesome. I thought bringing out the live band for Cult of Personality was just as the best entrance ever. I thought all the other matches were so to just forgettable, except for the last match. I think Seth Rollins sold it, so he deserves it. I did not think that. I said Roman, and everyone else said CM Punk was going to win. I said Roman will win, and we were both wrong. Everyone was wrong. Even though my buddy did the best, because he said, what if they played Cult of Personality? I was like, that'd be awesome, but they're not going to do it. And they brought the band out. Just so good. What was the other one? Oh, I haven't seen your personal post on the band yet. I just got back in. It's a nice soap opera. I used to be big into wrestling, but I'm not much anymore. But I still watch WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, and they show you all the previews of what's been going on, and so you kind of don't miss anything. But every other match I thought was so. Nothing to write home, except for that last one. That last one's pretty good. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. But I did watch a little bit of that. Good to see you back on the stream wagon there, just for WrestleMania. But I was telling him I'm not going to be able to watch day 2. I mean, I could. My buddy would give me his Peacock password, but he's gone that night visiting family Easter night, and so we were all planning on coming. And the guy, there's a group of us that see this together, and one of the guys got up. He went, "Hey, I don't think I'll be." He said, "I think I'll be a little late tomorrow." He said, "But I don't think I'll be able to make it." I think is what he said. He said, "Because I'm going to get off late from this, and I don't know if I can make it here in time, so I may not come." And then everyone else said, I'll be here. And then Mikey goes, "I won't be here." And we're like, wait, what? The host? Oh, well, whoops. So we're just not going to watch, or they're just going to he's probably going to share his password with everyone. I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, I don't have to watch it. I usually just watch it because of all those guys. That's my old, energy drink keeps you focused around the kids. Nazo, when I did the stream, I didn't have it yet. No, I did. I did have it. I did have one, didn't I? I think I had one during that stream. So I must have got it because the stream was early at 2. So never mind. I had that thing. I started at 2 and ended at 5. Maybe that was it. I'm getting confused. I don't even know. I know I had it in the afternoon, though. I had it later because I usually have them in the mornings. I had this one in the afternoon, which wasn't a bad thing as long as I finished it by 5. I can't recall. The whole day's gone by to me. But I think you're right. I think I had one on the stream. I remember having something right here, and I'm pretty sure it was that energy drink. And that stream was at 2, right? 1, 2. But I know I got it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I took them to the park. And then we came home and ate. So, yeah, that was it. It's been a day. Oh, her tooth was fixed? Yeah, man. Her tooth was messed up. So, yeah, I think she chipped it a long time ago, and that was a replacement, and they had a dentist there who just put in another filling in it, like immediately, because the moment she was like, we're like, whoa. And I don't know when she broke it either. We were trying to figure out the moment she broke her tooth, too. Roughly noonish, probably your time noonish. It was at least 1 because I'd already fed the kids. I'd already given them something, and they didn't want much. But anyway, I remember I bought it on the way home from the park because I said, I'm going to need this. And I didn't remember when I cracked it open, but I believe you're right. I did have it because I remember having something drinking here, and I'm pretty sure that it was that it was that drink that I bought. Probably around 2 for me. Yeah. So that was the time. See, I don't even remember what time, because that day the missus didn't get in until about 5:30 something. So a little bit later than regular. Hey Vex. And so I remember I had to finish it before 5, and I did. And she got at 5:30. I was like, all right, I'm good. I tried the Arby's hamburger. It was okay. I tried it. I was really full right now. Like, that was a lot. I hope I don't hurt afterwards, but could have been a soda. No, it was the energy drink. I didn't have any soda. I've had just straight water, except for that. I haven't had I don't drink sodas anymore. I just stopped. Like, I bought some for Super Bowl Sunday, and I drank those sparingly throughout the next 2 months or whatever, or month, and just haven't bought extra. I do have some Pibbs, and that I keep break open in case of emergencies or special occasions, but that's about it now. Oh, a question about a member of the Empire for an upcoming lore video? Sure. Yeah. Sure, Tim. No more vintage soda. That's right. Yeah, yeah. She Dawn Summers and Buffy died a while back. Yeah, it was kind of surprising. I didn't even know her story, but she died of something was wrong with her already. She had some kind of medical condition, right? I remember reading about it just recently. They came out with the cause of death. Tim, what did you think about WrestleMania? I thought the best match was obviously the last match, and I thought there were so matches here. You know, Jade winning, she looks incredible and wrestled all right, but overall it's kind of meh. Boy, you Yeet wins the Royal Rumble and becomes the opening match. I mean, sure, it was for the whatever title or whatnot, but I don't know. It felt that match felt very underwhelming and disappointing. The tag team, the tag team championship, I didn't like either. I thought meh. You know, there's a few good things there, but meh. Yeah, just there wasn't much there for me, except for that title fight. I mean, not title, that triple threat was great. I've been watching the Mets. They've been doing good. We won again. Last night was amazing. It was an unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. I was talking about that game tonight at WrestleMania. No one cared because no one watches baseball. But because they're all old friends of mine, they listen to me, ask questions, said, okay, so you enjoyed the game? That's nice. I saw a game once, and no one's a baseball fan there. But I was just so excited to talk about it, and of course we won. So, hello, official Ray Blitz. But anyway, I thought it was really nice. Made for a fun day. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but yeah. So Mets are 13-7 now. We'll see. The time we win. Oh, hello, Brennan. How are you? Brennan had a great stream a few nights ago with the legendary Chris Nelson. So that's that's like seeing Haley's Comet to have him come on your stream. That was awesome. So good chatting, good discussion with everyone. Yeah, I'm wearing the jersey today. Yeah, I wear the jerseys usually a lot on the weekends. Yeah, of course. They did beat up on the Jays. But to be honest, the Jays aren't a bad team. I don't think they will be. I think they're pretty decent. Yeah, it was a good conversation. Actually, on a more civilized age, we'll also be talking about the episode 3 novelization. Oh yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good discussion. Scott Johnson was there. Alex was there for a minute. And then Brendan wisely got rid of him and traded him in for, upgraded him for Chris. So yeah, good conversation all around. Yeah, check out Rick Worley's video on George Lucas sequel special. No, I don't even know who that is, but I'll make sure and check that out then. It was good, I'm a supposing, huh? Pretty great. Yeah, I'm wearing plain shirts. I used to back in the day. Yeah, because I didn't want anyone knowing I didn't want someone to see my shirt and go, "Oh, he's a Mets fan. I don't care about him." Yeah, I used to wear nothing. Used to wear plain Jane at first, and then I just dropped it. You just said Warry 3 times, and I'm streaming. Yeah. Hey, Adam. I spoke to Adam. When was it, Adam? Today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday we spoke, right? My day. I am messed up, man. I am messed up. But yeah. Adam will be on the stream pretty soon, hopefully. If things go well. Oh yeah, Alex was a very good sport about it. I know you had to get someone to drop, and that was fun. That was fun. You think everyone but the Jade Naomi match was decent to good? Wow. That was one I thought was decent. I don't think it was good. But I felt the rest were so, and I thought the main event was awesome. I thought it was awesome. Well, the U.S. title, boy, LA Knight, I had no idea. That guy has so much going for him. So I guess they just had him drop the title so he can go after one of the belts, I'm assuming. That's a big pop for LA Knight. He's huge. He is over with the fans. Rick Worley. Even video on the wheels. Okay. Yeah, the new Return of the Sith novelization has some notes by Stover. Yeah, they were talking about that on Brennan's channel, Quinlan Voss. So go check it out. It's Jedi Council, I believe. What's the name of it? So it was a good conversation. Yeah, and I said this earlier, but Brady from Fine Editions and Scott Johnson had a great stream too last week or this week. I can't remember on, the canosity of the EU and all that discussion, and really enjoyed that one too. So that was really good. And Scran, I also like. He streams in the day when I'm at work, so I'll pop in, say hello, save it, and listen to the rest of it later. It's like OG Star Wars. Her stuff is always in the mornings for me, and I'm usually I am at work, but I'll listen to it later. When I get home, that's really when I'm doing work around the house or something. I'm listening to something from YouTube on my phone as I'm working. I got this long list of like hours long. It's on 2x, by the way. I'm listening to everyone 2x speed on YouTube, just doing chores and when I'm going to the park, pushing the kids around, stuff like that. All the babies want to do now is swing. That's all they want to do. All they want to do. But I'm just listening to whatever's on YouTube. I don't have to really watch sometimes with that stuff unless they point at this. I kind of look at my phone. But I can usually do a lot of stuff that. Yeah, Scran is great. I'd like to have Scran on sometime. Oh yeah, the Discord. Good. Glad that's going on strong there. I've been on it maybe once or twice. I usually only use Discord for a Twilight Imperium group, board game group, and I rarely do it for anything else. And to be honest, I don't speak much to the Twilight Imperium group because I've got the fan expansion. I did speak to them recently because I got another little fan expansion, but only when I need to. I'm not really the social media guy there. But I've been on it a few times. I've visited from time to time. Like when it came out and I did a review, I think I said Yub Nub approves, and I put him by the book because I just finished it or whatnot before I did my review. You still have to read it? Oh, yeah, it's fun. Did a Matt's Expanded Universe on it. Hello, Josh the Nerd. Am I on Joe Bonjournos? I believe so. I believe I'm still there. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't get on Discord that much unless I need something from the TI4 group. And I get on theirs and leave. So yeah, Discord is fine, but only when it serves my purpose. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm sure there's great discussions going on Joe's Discord. I'm sure there is. I just haven't been a part of it right now. But that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You use Discord when you want to check on people trying to bury you. Tim, that's great. Yeah, I'm in it. Yeah, I'm in it. I believe so. Because like I said, I did put that post in there about Yub Nub approves. So, but I rarely get on it. And when I do, rest assured, I am checking TI4, my TI4 forum. They make a lot of fan expansions to my favorite board game. And so I'm just jumping on there. That's where I get Discordant Stars, this big box expansion that Fantasy Flight let this Discord group print. That was really nice of them. And then there's been 1, 2, 3 mini expansions I've gotten since then that people just keep very creative people work on who are not me, but they know that I'll play it. So they alert me and others because they know we'll get it, play it. And I've even done reviews on them. That's why I keep doing those fan expansion reviews because they say, hey, Matt, we got this other one. I say, yeah, I'll play it and check it out. The last one, I had to be honest, I didn't play because we were supposed to play Twilight Imperium. Y'all don't care about any of this. We were supposed to play Twilight Imperium today. Like a few of my friends who are watching WrestleMania tonight, they were supposed to come over this morning and play. And we were going to play TI4, and I was so excited. And one of them got, two of them, two of them got sick. A few, we couldn't do it. So bummed. So I did the review without, because I knew I wasn't going to, they weren't going to be there. So, you've had a few good discussions with Author, Maxine, Alex, and Scott. Good. Yeah. Love all those people. They're great. Has the Easter Bunny been hiding eggs at my place? No, I have. Awful. We did the whole plant the jelly bean thing, and it's going to sprout lollipops. I did finish Batman Resurrection by John Jackson Miller. I thought it was incredible, and it falls right in line as an in-between story that bridges Batman and Batman Returns. Incredible. I hear he's doing maybe a trilogy of those. I will be reading the next one for sure. I don't think it removes Burton. I suppose it does. You're right, because there's a different Riddler. So yeah, they do, I guess. Your family watch WrestleMania too, Laura? That's awesome. Have I ever read the 80s DC Star Trek? No. Is it good, Tim? No, I know what you're talking about, but no, I haven't read it. Hey, Siberian Dream, the kids are doing well. They were on my stream earlier. Yeah, I the whole planting jelly bean, sprouting a lollipop, I guess is usual. I don't know, normal. But I got these lollipops. They're on these crazy straws with like it's a long lollipop. So it's unique. It's something different. Because at first I was just going to go get blow pops or Dum Dums or Tootsie Roll Pops. And I thought, wait a minute. They see that every day. There are these crazy straw with lollipops on the end. Let's do that. Something different. Did she get excited? Because she's a Lex Luger fan or a Triple H fan or a Typhoon fan. Yeah, the Schumacher stuff. I think there's a different. I like Batman Forever, and I think Val Kilmer was a great Batman too. I completely agree with that. Completely agree. He's one of the best Batman, second to Adam West. I love Michael Keaton, but I think Val Kilmer played Bruce Wayne really well. Good day, Captain Keeley. How are you? Start my own race at this point. Well, I'm one short of a basketball team, right? Follows after Wrath of Khan. Huh. Interesting. That would be impossible to find and read, I'm assuming. But that is interesting. I like that. That's an interesting. I love that actually. Wrath of Khan, best Star Trek movie they ever made. Batman Forever is your favorite. Ooh, I can't say it's my favorite, but I love Val Kilmer as Batman. I love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I thought Two-Face was atrocious. Because they tried to make him just like the Joker. And that's the only thing I dislike. Like, I didn't mind Robin, because I've wanted to see Robin on the screen. But the Two-Face is the only thing I have a problem with. Hey, Michael, how's it going? I'm on week. Astros finally won 2 in a row. That's great. You like The Dark Knight? That's your favorite Batman movie. Okay. Michael, I'm on week 3. No games. Board game drought. I'm praying it doesn't go 4 weeks. I'm dying. I'm dying here. I'm in the desert. I'm in the board game desert, dying for a game night. The bad Batmans, I don't like, of course, George Clooney, which no one should like. George Clooney, you're doing good as always. That's good. Yeah, I think Jim Carrey was a great Riddler. I don't like George Clooney. Yeah, I know Gene Roddenberry hated Wrath of Khan, but he shouldn't, because it's kind of mimicking Moby Dick in a way, and it has the feel of the old Star Trek. But he didn't want it to be an action film, but it really was something that I think stayed true to Star Trek, the original series. I really think it did. It's kind of poetic in a way. I like the first one. I didn't like Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne. I didn't like those Batman movies that much. A lot of people did. I didn't. Happy Easter. Some days you can't just get rid of a bomb. Yes, but that's exactly what Christian Bale said in the third movie. I'm getting behind in the comments already. If Bruce has the Batman 89 comic book, I will read it. Bruce is my buddy who collects all the comic books. I don't know if he has it. If he does, I'll read it. If not, I'll never track it down. That's just the honest truth. I'd love to read it, but I just won't. Does it tie into the books too? It's in continuity with the book, I guess. Batman and Robin is awful. It has no redeeming quality. It's really that bad. It's just a shame. Shame on them. You like Batman Begins? That's fine. You personally don't think Batman and Robin is as bad as everyone says? Wow. I mean, that's fine. Someone has a different opinion, but wow. I've never heard anyone defend Batman and Robin. That's great. Yeah, well, I mean, he kind of punted on the movie, right? The first one, and it wasn't that good. There's some moments like, Spock, will you please sit down? That's great. I love that. But it's not the best movie by far. It was kind of a slog. But he should be proud of Wrath of Khan. Now, anything past that, maybe not. Maybe it strayed from Gene Roddenberry, but I thought Wrath of Khan was very good. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a submarine battle. I agree. Clooney was the only weak part. Oof. I love Uma Thurman. She's terrible. Bane is a clown. Arnold just plays Arnold, not Mr. Freeze. It's just his stupid puns. The Batman credit card. Robin got dumber. I like Alicia Silverstone, and I'm glad that there was a Batgirl, but I just didn't. I don't know. I rewatched that recently and tried to find something interesting, couldn't. Danny DeVito played, but I mean, again, that's just my opinion. I mean, what does it matter, right? In the long run. But I'm glad someone loves the movie. I enjoyed Danny DeVito as the Penguin too. Batman Returns is really good. There's a really funny line I'd forgotten about when I saw it in theaters. I laughed because I don't think I've ever heard that line before, where they're throwing tomatoes and lettuce at the Penguin because he's kind of been exposed by Batman. He goes, "Who brings fresh produce to a speech?" That's great. That's a great line. So funny. Well, that's what I say. Who is the best Bruce? And it's Adam West, followed by Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck. I know that's sad, and I love Ben Affleck as Batman, even though I don't like any of the movies with Ben Affleck as Batman. Who am I down to? George Clooney's last. Christian Bale's really bad too, but he's above George Clooney. It's like that's why no one will ever beat Christopher Reeves, in my opinion. No one will ever play Clark Kent like Christopher Reeves did. No one. No one. No one can beat Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman had it down. I'll tell you what, though. Is it Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville? Excellent. Excellent. Lex Luthor. Excellent. But I still love Gene Hackman's. Mr. Freeze, that the animated movie Sub-Zero, excellent. Excellent movie. It gets passed over. It doesn't get mentioned that much, like Mask of the Phantasm, which also is excellent, or The Return of the Joker, which is also excellent. But Sub-Zero is just as good as those. Just as good. It's solid. The only Batman movie that's not as good, Batman Harley Quinn was decent. I enjoyed that one. And then the other one before that was it called Night of the Batwomen or whatever? That just played like a super long episode of the series. It wasn't anything, in my opinion, it wasn't anything special. I need to watch the DCAU again. The villains in Batman Begins. Yep. They're good. They're good. Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, both good. Both played very well. Sadly, for some reason, Scarecrow didn't come back in. I think he was originally written for the third one. Or did he come back for the third one? I've only seen those movies once. I don't recall. But yeah, both of them were good. The villains were good. There's some decent stuff. But and Dark Knight, it's a different version of the Joker. It's good. And the third one, a better Bane, but still not the best. I don't know. Terrible Catwoman. When a prison monk punches your back and heals you, he punches you in the spine and heals your spinal cord. I'm kind of done. Your mom worked on Batman and Robin. Is that what you're telling me? That's all. That's awesome. That's fine. That's awesome. Someone had to. I refused to go see that movie because when I saw the previews, I was like, that looks like garbage. I'm not going to see it. Someone paid for my ticket because they really wanted me to go because they knew I love Batman. Oh, look at Nazo coming to your defense for Batman and Robin. That's great. So it does. The comic book does, Adam? Okay. Siberian Dream, that's probably true. That's probably true. I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan as it comes to knowing all the behind the scenes stuff. The original series is my favorite by far, followed by I think Deep Space Nine, followed very closely by Next Generation. But I think Deep Space Nine will win it. because both Deep Space Nine and Next Generation had mediocre first seasons and then went on to just nail it after that. But I think both of them are good. I think Voyager sucks unless it's an episode about the Doctor. Then it's excellent, but everything else sucks. And then I loved Enterprise. And then for the movies, I've already talked about 1, 2, I love. 3 was okay. 4 is fun, of course. It's the whole odd even thing. 5 is atrocious, and 6 is a good way to end it. Strong ending. And then with the Generations was good. I enjoyed it. First Contact is everyone's favorite. It was fine. I even enjoyed. Oh, good grief! I have forgotten. Sorry. What's the names of those? Yeah, I even enjoyed Nemesis and Insurrection. So I thought those were fun. Insurrection kind of plays like an episode of Star Trek, though. It didn't feel like a movie to me. And then the reboot, J.J. Abrams, the first one, I thought, and the second, I thought, that is awful. It's awful. And Star Trek, what was it? Beyond was the third one. And that's the best of the 3. But still, they're just kind of mediocre. They're not that good. And then Picard season 1 and 2 are just, I tried to watch Discovery. It's too bad. Rich Hanley's a big Star Trek fan, tried to get me to keep on watching it, but I couldn't. It's just so terrible. And then I really did try. I could not stand it. It was like getting punched in the face every day watching those. And Star Trek Picard season 1 was awful. And then because Q came back for the second season, I forced my buddy to watch it, and it was terrible. And then he forced me to watch season 3, and season 3 is great of Picard. Don't even watch the first 2 seasons. They're garbage, absolute garbage. And that third season is just gold. And I don't need to watch Star Trek again. Anything new Star Trek, I don't care. I don't want to be punched in the face anymore. A lot of people love it. That's fine. Not me. I liked Undiscovered Country. The novelization to Nightfall is good. I read that way back in the day because I love Nightfall, and it gives a little bit more perspective, which I enjoyed. But that's one of my favorite comic books too. Bale is the best Bruce Wayne. Wow. Well, there's a lot of people who probably think that too. Affleck is the best Wayne. Michael, whoa. And Keaton is the best Batman. Affleck is Michael, you and I, everyone hates Ben Affleck. And you're right, he's not that good of a Batman. I agree with that. But he was a good Bruce Wayne. He was. I think second only to Adam West. I just really like Adam West. I'm definitely biased, obviously, for The Bright Knight. Yeah, I heard about Gene Hackman too. It's so sad. Animated DCAU Superman. I hate Superman as a character. I love that cartoon. It's excellent. It's one of the few things I like about Superman is that cartoon. That and the Christopher Reeves movies. Hey, Sound Engraver, how are you? Check out Sound Engraver's channel. She's really fun. You've had some interesting topics on AI and music and everything that I've been keeping tabs on. I like your perspective on it. You're an expert in some of those fields, and you are, of course, you're very well spoken. Both you and your husband are. No surprise there, but welcome. Oh, are you serious? Are you defending Schwarzenegger and Mr. Freeze? No. How am I around? Am I being punked here? There's a lot of support and love for Batman and Robin. This is great. I don't agree with any of you, but I love that there's a big support group. DCAU is fantastic. Batman. I never, and see, my buddy made me watch Batman Beyond. I did not want to watch that because I said, I don't want to see that. It's good. It's great. And I didn't want to watch Superman because I hated Superman. And Bruce got me to watch that. And it's great. And then what came next? I can't. Oh, Justice League. A buddy of mine got me to watch Justice League. Fantastic. And then finally, Jeremy from Super Chainsaw Productions got me to watch Static Shock. It's just not good. Static Shock is just not good. Everything else, like the Justice League movie, was so-so. The Superman movie is not part of the DCAU because it's crap too, but it wasn't part of the DCAU. And then they only made one Justice League movie, right? I kind of feel they only had one. I can't remember though. And then they did Batman, Harley Quinn. That was it. Then Kevin Conroy passed away, and they're not doing any more. And I respect that. But they did some Flash series, Gotham Girls, which is terrible. Lobo, which is actually kind of fun because that was supposed to be a full-fledged WB show, but they wanted to make it dark. And already, that's it. Zeta Project, the spinoff, is just terrible. And supposedly it was going to be just as dark as, Batman Beyond. But that was when they were saying, no, you need to make it lighter. And I don't know if even if it was dark, I still think I wouldn't have enjoyed Zeta Project. I mean, they pumped so much love for that show, and it's just not there. The character's just not interesting. The story is not interesting. A spinoff of a character from Batman Beyond who had one episode. It wasn't that good of an episode. Wasn't a great episode. No. So that and Static Shock, I didn't think were good. Static Shock just has a lot of story problems for me. It's funny because the animation got better every season. Season 1, the animation is terrible. Better in 2, even better in 3, and awesome in 4. But then again, that just kind of throws off the whole vibe, right? It's like that 3rd season, Batman and Robin. I hate the artwork. It definitely took a step down the artwork there. I've never read I didn't know there. I should have known. That there's a novelization of Mask of the Phantasm. Boy, I am so far behind the comments. I don't even know what y'all are talking about here. I'd like to see more I mean, DC makes a lot of animated movies, and I've seen a few of them. They're all right. What? You got to meet Poison Ivy you got to meet Uma Thurman on set? I love Uma Thurman. That's awesome, though. Yeah, we were talking about DC. DS9 is the strongest of all modern Star Trek. Deep Space, really? I mean, I love it, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely the weakest season of them all. Just because Cisco didn't really get into his character until season 2, and then Cisco's just fantastic. I love Cisco so much. The first half of DS9 is the best. Yeah, DS9 is really good, Josh the Nerd. I agree. Everyone loves Tasha Yar. I loved all the characters on Enterprise Siberian, but the Xindi stuff is great. I agree. Look at us talking Trek on this channel for a change. Next Generation is excellent. Next Generation is excellent. I agree. Yeah, I didn't go to Celebration. That's funny, Justin. No, I did not. I didn't even keep up with the news. I don't even know what they've announced. I know Ryan Gosling got something, but I don't care. I just don't. Insurrection is fine, To me, it just plays like a long episode. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with Insurrection, but it feels like an episode of Star Trek Next Generation, not like a movie, you know. And I enjoyed Nemesis, and a lot of people hated Nemesis, but I thought it was fine. Well, I mean, I mentioned my favorite J.J. Abrams. I thought they were all meh, but the third one was probably fun, you know, out of all of them. And they did to their best ability. JJ did tie in the canon, right? By having Spock go through that warp and reset time, and Leonard Nimoy was still in the first two. That was kind of to tie the two together because JJ Abrams didn't want to deal with that continuity, and that's fine. But I'd rather stay in the Prime universe. Nemesis isn't the best movie. I agree with that. It's definitely not the best Next Generation movie, but well, I guess now that I'm talking about it, it may be the worst, right? Even though I really didn't like First Contact because they changed Cochrane's origin from the original series. I really don't like that. Yeah, the third JJ movie was fun. It was fun. But Picard season 2, Michael, come on. Season 1's bad, but season 2, they should apologize to John DeLance. Q is the funnest person to watch. And in this one, he's pissed off, he's sad, he's moping around. He doesn't joke around because they can't have the funny little impish grin. But that's what made Q lovable. And that's what made him awesome. And he and Picard's, you know, it was such a great story with him. The finale, the pilot and the finale, excellent. That finale for Next Generation is if not the best, one of the best finales on TV ever. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And then to have him in Picard 2 and crap all over Q, no. And they changed him and Whoopi Goldberg's characters. Gaia? Is that her name? That's not right. Something else. Anyway, they changed their origin because I had to call my buddy. I said, wait, in Next Generation, isn't this where they mean? He went, yes. And my buddy was just pissed. He was pissed. He's a huge Next Generation fan. And he was pissed at Picard. He hated Picard. He hated me for making he rage quit season 1. I forced him to finish it because if I had to do it, he had to. Then I made him watch season 2 with me, and he was pissed the whole way through it. Then he made me watch season 3, and I was not pissed. Season 3's gold. The Borg was out in left field. I mean, yeah, but you know, you got to put the Borg in, right? Everyone loves the Borg. I don't think the Borg are necessary to have a great story, though, in Star Trek. Yeah, I agree, Siberian Dream, with that take. Yeah, Picard, Patrick Stewart seemed out of character in the first 2 seasons, too. I agree with that. You think Keaton was good at both? I mean, Keaton was good at Bruce Wayne, too. But I just like Val Kilmer's portrayal better. Sound Engraver, there's nothing wrong with being super opinionated. I am myself. But like I said, you come at it in a very fair perspective from what you know of. I mean, you're talking obviously to your strengths about what you know. And like I said, I've been watching. I find it interesting. That's awesome, Michael. Let's see. I honestly think DCAU Superman is one of the worst versions of Superman. He was nerfed by Bruce Timm, didn't care about Superman. Really? Really? I liked that's but the thing is though, I don't like Superman. So maybe I don't know. I really love the animated show though. Mr. Freeze is more of a character than Jones's Two-Face. I just don't I just love that there's Batman Robin support here. DCAU had great continuity. That's why I loved it. Oh, hell, Jordan. How you doing? Haven't kept up with anything Star Wars Celebration, so I wouldn't know. Um, oh, you just got to see the sets. You never got to meet Uma Thurman. Okay. Still, though, that's cool. I mean, shoot, I'd like the movie too if I'd have been involved in the making, or my mom would have been involved in the making. So that makes perfect sense. Thoughts on the Batman Batgirl relationship? When? When? I don't think Batman and Batgirl should be together. I want so much more from the EU, Jordan. What, during Celebration? Thoughts on Bruce Timm? Was he the voice of Superman? And I love the animated series, so yes, I guess I liked him too. Stargate, this TV show is really good, and Atlantis. Universe is a step down, but they did have a few good stories. But Stargate Universe is unfortunate, and don't watch Stargate Origins. It's horrible. It's horrible. Made on a shoestring budget. It 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 disrupts the continuity. It pissed off a bunch of fans, and it's so cheap. It's so cheaply done. They should not have done it. It's like someone broke open their piggy bank for 500. I mean, it's really cheap. At one moment, it looks like, you know how you put up a fake painting, but you're going to replace it with CGI later on. They couldn't afford the CGI, so the fake painting is the window outside, and it's really bad, like a high school play bad. At times, the set is. It's just really awful. They should never have released that. So terrible. And Universe has one of my favorite scenes, one of my favorite episodes in Stargate comes from Stargate Universe. But Stargate Universe as a whole is very disappointing. Even Richard Dean Anderson said that. He said he was sorry about Stargate Universe. He didn't know what was going on. Oh, you know what? I liked the Star Trek animated series from the 70s. That was really good too. Written by the same people who did the original series. I was shocked at how good that was. I will watch those again too one day. Season 3 of Picard is good. Well, that's a wise decision, Game Freak. You after Enterprise and the movies, the core movies is basically done. Deep Space Nine should have gotten a movie. They should have gotten a movie. What a great cast. Guinan. Dadgummit. Sorry, Guinan. What I think about Rick Berman firing Ron Jones, the guy who did the music for the first four TNG. Did you ever notice the music takes a dive after the drum hit? I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that. I didn't even know that story. Like I said, the behind the scenes stuff, I don't know. I know Trek a little bit, but not much. I guess that makes me a casual fan. I don't know. I don't know all the behind the scenes, so I never heard that before. But no, I've never noticed that before. Interesting. Oh, that's sad. Rick Berman let him go then. The first season of TNG is not the best, but after that, I think it's solid. They found their footing after that. Yeah, you should never watch any Picard except for season 3. But TNG, you can watch all the way through. Season 1 isn't that bad. It's just they're trying to find their footing, and I think they do in season 2. But I think you have to watch season 1 because the pilot ties into the finale like beautifully. Like, I know they didn't plan that. Well, maybe someone behind the scenes, maybe they did, right? But it's so perfect. I'm doing good, Lance. How are you? I'm way behind in the topics here. Yeah, Universe went 2 seasons, and at that time, Battlestar Galactica, the new one, had come out, and they wanted it's obvious they were copying Battlestar Galactica. It's obvious, and that's so sad. And it just, the characters weren't as strong. There are some good episodes. In fact, dude, if I could, I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's fantastic. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, they come across this planet that has one of their camera droids, but they've never been to the planet before. And they look at the video footage and they see themselves dying on the planet. That's how it begins. That's one of the best Stargate episodes ever, especially how it ends. It's so daggum good. It's such a good episode. So that's really rock solid. And it had a few here and there. I would watch Stargate Universe again, even though it is my least favorite of the Atlantis rocks my socks off, as does SG-1. The SG-1 movies are excellent. They didn't waste any. They're tying up every loose end from the series. It's perfect. They did it perfectly. The last movie, which in my opinion is probably the weakest, is the movie that ties up the final. Because I'm thinking, wow, they tied up everything but one. Because there's one Ghoul or whatever that's still around. You're like, whatever happened to him? And then the last movie tells you. But the last movie kind of strayed away a little bit there. Origins, though, do not watch that. Do not watch. You'll get mad. I mean, I'm so embarrassed. It ended too soon. Well, Michael, my problem with it is I didn't think a lot of the characters were that good. Whereas, and here's the thing, we're kind of spoiled because every character in Atlantis and SG-1 I loved. I think they're solid. And only a handful of Universe people were good. Also, I despised it was copying Battlestar Galactica. That was hot at the time. No, keep your own look. Keep your own feel. Keep your own feel. But Stargate Universe had some decent episodes. And like I said, whatever the name of that episode is that I just talked about is one of my favorite Stargate episodes ever in any of the series. Yeah, I didn't think I missed much from Star Wars Celebrations. Sound Engravers reading more EU this year. Just finished Revenge of the Sith. Yoda Dark Rendezvous. Favorite yours so far is Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis is good. Sound Engraver, you're going to love Dark Rendezvous. It was way better than I remembered. The Revenge of the Sith novel is excellent too. You've already read that though. You know that. But Yoda Dark Rendezvous, very good. Very good. Oh, Happy Easter, the backseater. Joe Flanagan, who played in Shepard in Stargate Universe, didn't like SGU. Just finished SG-1. Loved it all. Nearly done with Stargate Atlantis. No spoilers. No spoilers. No, I won't. But I will say that Stargate Universe, you see a different tone and shift. And even though it does have some good episodes, I agree with Michael. It has some good episodes. It does have a great episode, I know for sure. But it's just, you're like, the gel of the characters just isn't, it's just not taking. It's just not taking for me. But like I said, if I rewatch everything, I would watch it again. I don't even know if you can watch Stargate Origins anymore. Do not. Honestly, it will make you mad that they spent zero money on this and they just tried to squeeze something out of the fan. I think they were starting their own streaming series, Universal was or whatever, and they needed something. So they gave someone honestly $5,000 to make it. And it's just crap. It is just crap. And it throws away, in my opinion, throws away continuity from the very first movie, which is like, are you that lame? Do you really think they try to wrap it up by, I won't spoil, well, I can spoil Origins, right? I don't know. I won't spoil it, but it's almost like it was all a dream kind of thing. That's not the spoiler, but it's that lame. And everyone's like, this is all. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. It made me mad. I will never watch Origins again. I shouldn't even mention it. It's that bad. It's like Karate Kid 4. The next Karate Kid never happened. Never happened. And hey, the only movie that Cobra Kai did not reference. Oh, that's sad. Enterprise is going to have a movie. Really? I didn't know that. SG-1's great. You hated SGU. That's fine. Like I said, not as good as the other two. By Official Ray Blitz. I agree. Siberian Dream. That's one of the things why Universe is a big step down. But it did have some good episodes too. Like the rocks and the switching bodies from home. I get that's from an SG-1 episode where they find the rocks. But using them for the purpose they did, no, awful. I've heard of the Eugenics War, and I heard a lot of Trek fans love that book. Yeah, Star Trek canon is just a mess. It's a shame. Yeah, Atlantis. I thought Atlantis was going to get a movie to resolve their Wraith storyline. It is a shame. It's a big shame. Yeah, Atlantis is great. SG-1 season. I love SG-1 and Atlantis. They're both great. Yeah, they blame the fans on the backlash. Sorry, you were obviously copying Battlestar Galactica. It is so obvious. They were trying to ride the coattails of Battlestar Galactica's fame at the time. I was so excited to watch the first episode and so disappointed when I saw what they were doing. Yeah, Yoda Dark Rendezvous is great. MedStar is great too. I love the MedStar duology. Happy Easter, Games Free. Yoda Duck Rendezvous, Josh the Nerd, was probably the one that I thought was okay, and then reread it, and I was like, no, this book's excellent. There are a lot of other ones I thought were way worse. That's why I did a new top 10 worst after I finished it, because I was like, ugh, I need to apologize to the books I put on the top 10 worst, because these are terrible. Yep, Dark Plagueis is good. I'm trying to catch it with the comments. I don't think I ever will, but they edited Origins down to a 104-minute movie. Still not worth it. Do not watch it. It's awful. Good night, Michael. The Star Trek people are doing book people planning time travel that rebooted the literary universe, and only Harry Kim would remember it. Oh, geez. Yeah. I don't keep up with Trek books as much. It's a nice gesture. Okay, you can start. So Games Freak, you read the Star. I read some of the original Stargate, Stars Trek novels back in the day, because my dad's secretary was giving me them, and then I realized, I said, wait a minute, this contradicts something. She went, yeah, the books contradict some of the stuff in the movies. The movies contradict the series. I was like, then why watch it? Like I was done with Star Trek, and it was actually her, the Star Trek fan, who tried to find me another Star Trek book for my 13th birthday. I think it was. And then that's when Timothy Zahn's books were out, and she bought me the first one. That's how I got into the expanded universe, because she bought me that book. I didn't ruin anything. I didn't ruin anything, Sound Engraver, with Atlantis. There's just a storyline that didn't wrap up. I'm not doing spoilers. Have I done? I didn't say anything spoily about Atlantis. Just that I wish they would have wrapped up a storyline. Was that a spoiler? I don't know. If so, I'm sorry. But was it a spoiler? Maybe, I guess. Sorry. Yeah, let me blame Siberian Dream on that. I'm kidding. That's probably on me. I talked about it. Good night, Michael. He is risen indeed. Have I ever heard of Minigo? Quite possibly the scariest thing in all Star Wars. No. Is that new canon? I did not like Harry Kim. Like I said, the only thing about Voyager is the hologram doctor. He's the only great thing. Harry Kim is in Voyager. And Harry Kim's clone is in the last few seasons of Voyager, which is so stupid. Yeah, the doctor's the only one that it develops on the entire show. But he's just, it's just, and every time there's a doctor episode, it's a fantastic episode. Everyone else is garbage. Everyone else is garbage. I really don't like Voyager. I remember I used to talk to Rich Hanley all the time when I was watching through Voyager. He said, give Voyager a better shot. So I did, and I just hate it. And I kept telling him what I hate. He kept laughing. You know, we joke back and forth on that. You're going to let the novels override them. That's fine. Started the X-Wing book series halfway through. Good deal. Deep Space Nine and Voyager on the Trek shows you've ever watched. Next Generation is really good. I'll be honest. The original series takes some time to appreciate, I guess. I don't think, because it's 60s and stuff, but I really loved it. Plus, that's what I grew up on. Do I have a favorite EU book? Sound Engrave, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying your favorite so far. Yeah, mine goes into the New Geo Order, and if I have to pinpoint it, star by star. Just an epic turning point in the series, and I really liked it. But if you're reading it in the chronological order, which it looks like you are, that's great. That's great. Where you're at right now. You're in the Clone Wars. If you've read MedStar, it's a really good. That's a great duology. A lot of the Clone Wars stuff is really, I don't like it. I think Jedi Trial is atrocious. So is what's the prequel to Episode 2? It's awful. I just said it earlier, and now I've already forgotten. The Approaching Storm, awful. But all the Revenge of the Sith books, the Rise and Fall of Darth Vader, or the Rise of the Dark Lord. Okay, what am I talking about here? What was the other one before that? James Luceno's. My mind's going blank now. I used to do so much better when my shelf was in front of me. But yeah, there's a lot of good books you've got left to read. But Yoridak Rendezvous is solid. You're gonna. I don't know where you are in the book, but there's a lot of. It's less action and more intuitive with the way the characters talk to one another. The characters feel like they're true. Sean Stewart writes each character true to their nature, and you can hear the voices. You can hear the conversations. There is a fantastic conversation you're going to love at the end, which really just seals the whole deal for me. It's really epic, but I'm not going to spoil. The details of space flight. Where are we talking? Are we talking about the Blue Origin launch? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. I'm totally kidding. X-Wing series, Race Squadron series are great. Didn't like Voyager at all. I get that. The original series is dated, yes, but I still enjoy it. I agree. It's dated. Trader is good too. Yeah, there's a lot of smart episodes in the original series. Hello, Brady. I was just talking about you. Bad things, of course. And now Jordan says, "Approaching Storm." Thank you, by Alan Dean Foster. Labyrinth of Evil. Thank you. Rise of Darth Vader. See, everyone's like idiot. So yeah. Oh, what happened? Did it skip? Yeah, the 20th edition deluxe edition, $60. Brendan talked about that on his stream. Sound Engraver, I agree. I really love Deceived. That is my favorite one too. I thought that was really good. I'm sure you've read the Darth Bane trilogy because that's really good too. Oh yeah, Lucino's great. Was it about Darth Jar Jar being in Fortnite? No, but you text me that during WrestleMania. Thank you very much. I got a lot of texts from WrestleMania. I'm the fate. There's so many people who disagree with you right now. There's so many people who disagree with that statement, but thank you. Trust me, there's a lot of people who disagree with that statement right now. I don't think I'm positive at all. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. But a lot of people do not see me as a positive part of the fandom. Let's see. Darth Bane trilogy, closest thing to the EU. High Republic is definitely better. Deceived is great. Personally, I think my favorite is Annihilation. No. Wait. Is that the which one is there's 4 novels and one of them's just terrible. Maybe it's not Annihilation. Hold on. Oh, Fatal Alliance. That's probably the worst one. You're right. Fatal Alliance is the absolute, it's one of the worst ones ever. I enjoyed Revan too, but some people didn't. I don't go around calling people fake fans. Well, here's the deal. I feel there's a choice. And a lot of people do not. I may take heat. I will take heat. What am I talking about? It's me. I'm going to take heat on this. I feel there's a choice we can make. We can ban people who do and say things we don't agree with, right? Outside of the expanded universe. I don't like the way you choose to live your life. I don't like that you like new canon. I don't like that you hate this. I don't like how you talk like this to people. We can't do that, right? And we ban those people and we circle the wagons and our little group gets smaller. But don't worry, because we're in the right. We're in the right, right? We're justified because we're better than these people. And that's one way of thinking things. The other way is leave the door open. And if you can have a civil conversation, and if we're talking about the EU and everyone can be civil, I'm fine with that. Is that right or wrong? I had this conversation twice today. Oddly enough, 2 different perspectives. It wasn't even about Star Wars. The first one wasn't. There's some people who come over as part of my gaming group that are not well liked, and rightfully so. I don't like the things they've said. I don't like the things they've done. I don't keep up with social media, but they tell me. My sister's like, "Why do you still hang out with you're the only people who talk? They only talk to you now. They don't talk to anyone else. They've said this and that and this and that. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. They won't say that around me. Why won't they say that around me? Why won't they say that around me? I know these people, but I don't hang out with them. I hang out with these people. Why won't they say it? I think they respect me. Could be wrong. Maybe like, oh, poor ignorant Matt doesn't know about what I'm trash talking all of his friends on Facebook right now, but Matt doesn't know. I don't know. I don't know. But as long as they're going to be civil and not, they can't talk like that around me. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather leave the door open. Again, I'm going to get heat for that, but oh well. Hello, John Gets Gaming. How are you? You wanted to make peace with the dual key? Yeah, I think that's garbage. I think, like, to me, if you like new Star Wars, that's fine. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I've never seen it. Well, Matt, you don't know. Okay, that's fine. But it's just not for me. Sometimes I'd have conversations with people say, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I really liked. I did see the new movies." I went, "Okay, I don't care." In the nicest sense, I don't care. Right? That's why we have Meg on, and that's why we have Ryan on More Civilized Age. I don't agree with everything Ryan says and does on his channel. I don't agree with Meg's opinion about new canon. So should I just ban him? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't feel that way. Some people do. Some people do. I just don't. But I don't know. But definitely, I'm not looked at as a positive part of the fandom by a lot of people. For that reason, I think. Yeah, Fatal Alliance is terrible. He did. He did do the study on it. You're like, nope, don't like that. That's funny. That's funny. I love that. I love that. Are you kidding with Fatal Alliance? Sound Engraver, did you really like that one? I thought that was probably one of the worst expanded universe books I've ever read. I'm not even exaggerating there. It's in my top 10. That's interesting though. Again, I'm always interested to see someone who has a different opinion. That's fine with me. But I've never heard anyone said that one of your favorites of the Old Republic is Fatal Alliance. If that's the one I think that's the one I'm thinking about with the nanobites and everything. I hate that one. But wow, that's interesting. Again, it's just opinions, right, folks? That's the thing. It's just opinions. So. Oh, here's another nice comment. Well, thank you, Josh the Nerd. Thank you. But again, it's like, well, if you associate with these people, then you support all they do. That's kind of how it's painted on both sides. Like me having these people over, my sister saw as problematic, since you do know they're trashing everyone. They're lying about them, and they trash them on social media, and they're so ugly. Okay, I get that. Like, I know one guy, he trashes his family, shouldn't. His mom and dad did everything for him, and he doesn't appreciate them at all. But when we talk about, whenever the mom and dad come up, he does not say anything like that to me. Does not say anything like that to me. He won't do it around me. I don't know why. But does me having them over say that I support everything and promote everything he says? I don't believe so. In fact, I did have a talk with the dad, and he said, I'm just happy you're still friends with him. I'm happy he has someone that he can still connect with, even though he doesn't like, me and my wife anymore. He doesn't like his mom and dad anymore. I'm glad he's still with you. I was like, all right, great. I told my sister that, and but same thing with Ryan. Because I have Meg on, does that mean I support and love? Am I supporting a Disney shield? No, love Meg just the same. Meg's great. I even my jaw hit the floor that one stream when she said, I didn't think Acolyte was that bad. I'm gonna give it a shot for the rest of the season. I was like, oh. I thought she's gonna get killed in the comments. And when she said that, but she didn't, thankfully. And later on, she gave her honest opinion. She thought Acolyte was probably in the lower tier, wasn't that good as she thought. She thought it started off good, ended bad. But here's the thing: she gave it a fair shot. I think you cannot deny that Meg gave it a fair shot. So, but let's hypothetically say having her on there means that I support people watching and giving a fair shot to the new canon. No, that's her deal. I don't. Yeah, do I support? Do I think everyone should subscribe to Ryan? No, it's not for everyone. Now, like I said, I don't agree with everything he says or the way he says things. Okay. But we're going to talk about expanded universe. But not many people have that opinion. Or at least it seems not many people have that opinion. Raven stomps all over KOTOR 2. I've heard that, but since I never played the video game, I don't know. They're making a Star Wars non-canon anime TV show. I don't know. Revan is your next favorite Old Republic. Okay. I love that you're supporting Fatal Alliance and standing your ground on that. That is interesting. I've never heard that before. You're the first person to say that you enjoyed Fatal Alliance. Now that to be honest, sound agree with that's not a conversation I have with everyone, but I've never heard anyone support it. But that's fine. Like I said, I love that. We had 3 people supporting Batman and Robin on the stream tonight. What the heck? But I love that too. I love that Maxine defended Knight Errant, which I think is atrocious. I think the comic books are still bad with Knight. I think everything with Knight Errant's terrible. And when I heard she loved it, I had her write an article for the site back in the day. I said, go for it. Defend it. I don't agree. And I read the article. I said, I don't agree with anything you said here, but I'm going to post this sucker. I think that's great. That's great. And Meg and I did a Meg versus Matt video back in the day on the website. And it was about all the things that I disagree with Meg on. There's a big list. And we had fun. We had fun doing it. I think I won every single argument. Let's see. Well, hold on. If it felt like I was talking about someone in this chat, I wasn't. And here's the other thing too. Here's the other option of it. I get it, right? I get it. Matt, I can't stand Ryan. He's an awful person. I don't want to even hear his voice on your channel. All right, that's fair. I'm not. If you don't like it, I don't want you on this channel. I'm never going to say something like that. But okay, all right, that's fine. Or Matt, it irks me to high heaven that you have Meg talking new canon on here. Well, that's the whole purpose of Meg being there. And if she wants to talk new canon, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't care about new canon. But that's fine. The conversation can drift over there. It gives Meg some time to talk about her expertise. The whole reason I love Meg. I think she's super smart, but she's also on there just to have someone who gives a fair shot to both canons. All right. But some people don't want to hear that. And so we go, I don't want to hear about new canon. Okay, I don't either. But Meg, it's important to Meg. So we're going to let her speak. Because in real life, honestly, I have a feeling everyone would be like that. We're way bolder when we're online, anonymously through our key names, not showing our face on camera. And we love trash talking people all day long. All day long. It takes you 2 seconds to figure out what my name is and what my face looks like. I'm not hiding. But again, at the same time, face to face, I feel like a lot of people would not be that way. So, and why can't we be more? Why can't we talk about the things we have in common more than the things we have different from each other? I don't know. But again, I get it. I just don't want to hear Megs Buchanan talk, or I don't want to hear Ryan talk about anything because I hate his face. All right. I mean, okay. I'm not here going to say that you're wrong. You know, I'm not your dad. You can't hang out with those friends. I'm not someone that says that. You do what you do. You do you. You do you. That's fine. But again, the door is going to be open. On my end, the door is going to be open. That doesn't mean I'm better than everyone else. It does not mean that at all. It's just saying that my mentality is I'd rather leave the door open for conversation. Yeah, let's see. Already got heat from some EU folks who tend to treat a lot of current. Oh no, I missed it. I lost it. You already got heat from some EU folks. I tend to treat the current canon like infinities or tails. Really? What? Why would someone get mad? I think that's totally. Oh my goodness. Woo! Darth Plagueis overrated. Woo! I don't think it's over. I think it's a pretty excellent novel. That's a hot take. That's fine. Dawn of the Jedi was terrible. Sound Engraved, did you like Dawn of the Jedi? Boy, if she defends that, that's going to be. We're going to have you all on Sound Engraver. That's. Well, thank you. Thank you. Again, there is a good handful of people who will say you are totally wrong. More than a handful. Let's see. Will I ever catch up with these comments? Probably not, but let's see. So when Kennedy retires, is it going to be another push on the movement? I mean, maybe Siberian Dream, maybe. But the thing is what? I don't know. I have an idea. I haven't talked to Brian about it from Twin Sons. It won't be another billboard. I want something different. But it just depends. Oh, you listen to the audiobook, huh? Interesting. Sound Engraver. I've never listened to the audiobook before. I just did not like Fatal Alliance. I did truly think. I mean, I think it's great that I found someone who loves Fatal Alliance. I love that you love it. Like I love that Maxine loves Knight Errant. That I love that I found a Star Wars fan who truly told me, not kidding, Crystal Star was her favorite book in the EU. And I went, ah! And she said, yeah, I love Vonda M. McIntyre. I was like, I said, have you read Zone's trilogy? She went, yeah, it's good too. But still, Crystal Star is my favorite. I was like, I was happy to find someone who liked Crystal Star, besides Geeks Addict, who loves Crystal Star, of course. Now you're trolling. Now you're trolling. The site's gone, my friend. It's been gone for a couple of months now. And that's the reason no one kept up with it. No, it just got hard to keep up. And I liked having articles out there. I just felt like that because I always liked the force.net had articles, and every day I was checking for articles, and I wanted that to be that. It was hard to get articles. Plus, it was just hard to do everything. I was kind of on my own now because Chris had to step down because of family, and totally understand that. And Dylan had to step away. He was my live news guy because he graduated college, has a real good job, is working hard. And I was just, there's so many things going on. I was like, man, this is getting too much. So I had to cut something. And I decided to cut the website out. So yeah. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Happy Easter. Teresa, Miss Martin Muses. Lots of good conversations. I commented on one of her Tolkien things. I thought it was really well done. No one does Tolkien better than Teresa. And I was going to do a Lord of the Rings thing a long time ago, chapter by chapter that she did. But once she did it, I knew I could never do it better. So why even bother? Because it's excellent. And she's done a lot of extra musings on her channel that are very insightful. She's done a lot recently. Well, Lost Tribe of the Sith is pretty bad, but remember, most of that was free. They were free stories. So can you complain about something that was free? You can, but I go easy on that one, even though I agree. Lost Tribe of the Sith is terrible. Yeah. Is Professor Geek with you? Please tell him I said hello and happy Easter. I honestly, Sound Engrave, if you can tell the professor, I would love to have him on a more civilized age. You too, if you're so inclined. I'd love to. I'm sure he's very busy, but I'd love to have him on. I love his breakdown of EU novels. Big Al. Those are fun. Stargate has great music. I agree. Well, sometimes Josh the Nerd. Here you go. Sometimes Josh the Nerd. When people are just irate, you just need to just leave them alone. Just let it go. Just walk away. There's a moron who every once in a while, like there's this moron who got on the channel and he was saying, no, there was never a plan to kill Jason off. The plan was always Anakin. I was like, no, actually it was Jason, and George Lucas told him to, but no, they never planned that. I said, yes, they did. And he said, you just made that up or whatever. I was like, no, it's actually in this, the last book, the interview in the last book. You can get it here. He's like, I know they originally had the idea, but then didn't. Wait, what? So see, you're acting like, oh, well, they were building up to Anakin, but then killed him off. But that was because he wasn't part of. No, they already knew it was going to be Anakin by that time. Dude, you just moved the goalpost. What a moron. And the thing is, I knew he wasn't. He wants to have the last word, right? I said, okay, now I see you're an idiot. You're saying this, and now you moved it back here. That's cute. You said, oh, yeah, I knew that. No, you didn't, because you said, where'd you get that? You just made that up. And I gave you my reference in one of the novels, in the back thing of one of the novels. And there, yeah, I read it on the Wook. I said, oh, well, the Wikipedia. Oh, that's why. All right, so that's why you're misinformed. But and as I know someone like you, you're not going to be happy until you get the last word, insulting jabs and whatnot. I said, go ahead and post it. I'm not going to delete it, but I'm also not going to read it. And because this video is so old, no one else will see this either. Have fun. He responded back. I never read what he read. I never read what he wrote. Moron. Just walk away from him. Just walk away. Right? That's all you do on that one. Just walk away. Again, did his comments get deleted? Did he get banned? No. I'm just not going to bother responding to him. Again, a small army would greatly disagree with you. But thank you. Stargate music is excellent. Yeah, I really do love it. Oh, Alex, how did I not see this? Happy Easter, Alex. Alex needs to sleep. He's a hardworking man. They're mad about a video you made in a rush. Well, I mean, just again, if you can't win, just walk away. It's best to just walk away, right? From that. And don't lose. By the way, don't lose sleep over it. Oh no, now so and so hates me. Oh no, now so and so said this about. Oh no, so now they think that do you know why I'm not? Because we're just talking about Star Wars. I'm sorry that we're just talking about something, but Matt's more than that. Do you know who that person voted for? I don't care. The nicest sense, I don't care. I don't care. Did I ask everyone to reveal to me who they voted for in the last election? I don't care. And the guy that we're talking Star Wars here. If I want to find something, I can find something in this chat. I can find something we can all disagree with and argue about. I'm just not going to do it. Why do it? Why not talk about things we have in common? Then you'll be surprised because when we do have a conversation about something we disagree with, I find the conversation to be that much more civil. But let's see. Yes, Professor Geek did review Dawn of the Jedi. He did review it. But the guy who wrote Tim, my brain's not working now. It's so late. But the guy who wrote it, Tim Levin, who wrote it, he also wrote a Firefly novel, and that Firefly novel is written just as poorly. I think Tim Levin's just awful. Awful. Well, Nazo, you said your piece on the video, and if they hate it, you just walk away, move on. But don't let it bother you. Don't lose sleep over it. Oh, Matt, now I heard someone shared something what they said to me on Discord or Facebook or so what? So I heard someone told me they said this about me. It's okay. It's okay. It's worst things in the world, right? Don't lose sleep over it. Well, the EU wasn't canon. I basically ignore those anyway, because if they want to ignore all the quotes from Lucasfilm from the decades past, they're just burying their heads in the sand. Lego Jackson was announced. Again, Brady, I believe you're trolling me. Any Sailor Moon fans? That's random. You're not going to get that from me. Enjoy Sailor Moon. Oh, look at that. You may disagree, but you dare not disobey. There you go. Good. I like that quote. I'm going to leave that chat up there. Thank you. Thank you, Sound Engraver. You're welcome, Teresa. X-Men storyline. First time you read Phoenix? I hadn't read much of the X-Men comic book, so I can't answer that. I'm sorry. I read the, what was the disease everyone got? I read that one. It was all right. And I read the one where Wolverine gets the antimanium pulled out of him. I wasn't really big on X-Men back in the day. I hate Chris Claremont. I think he's a terrible writer. That is very minute. Everyone loves Chris Claremont. I think he's overrated. You're on The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. Yes, you've been reading those books, Alex, I've heard. You've told me. He's finishing up the semester. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. We should probably wait till after the semester's over, which he's got. So not in May, but probably in June, right? Probably in June. Don't send me junk like this. I don't care. Anyway, yes, that's a good idea, Sound Engraver. I think I've read the Phoenix Saga. It was good. I didn't read that much of X-Men. Oh, all right, here we go. Yeah, Meg's fine. Remember, she's on A More Civilized Age every month. She is doing theater, local theater. She's very talented. She makes her own dresses and everything. So that's what she's been doing lately. And she just doesn't have time to do the book reviews. And I joke that she's exclusive to my channel now for more. You will see her in a few weeks on A More Civilized Age. I believe May 1st. But Meg's got an excellent channel. And the thing is, right now, honestly, she has been going from play to play to play. And I'm so grateful. That's why we used to, y'all don't know this, but when we recorded these back in the day, we did it at 9 p.m. my time. We've had to move it back to 10 p.m., the live editions my time, because Meg doesn't get in until then. She's out late doing rehearsals the whole time. But you can still see her on A More Civilized Age, and she's great. My favorite alien species, get out of here. Ewoks. I like the Dothan Witches too. I think they're nice. Will I ever catch up? Probably not. Yeah, Jason was what he was trying to say. Jason was never the plan. It was always going to be Anakin. I was like, no, it was. And then later on, they found it was Anakin. Well, the thing is, they already have, and this is what this dude didn't understand. They have, and Troy Denning told me this. They have the outline already written out. They already have that written out, and then they give it, and they give yes/no questions to George. But everything was written out, and then later on they had to change it. Well, Greg Keyes was still supposed to build up Anakin and Tyrion's relationship in his book, so he did. He just kept with the original outline. And then they had to, everyone's like, it doesn't make any sense. They build up Anakin just to kill him off. Yeah, but, George changed it. He thought people would get that and Anakin Skywalker mixed up. That's so weird. Did I skip Prelude to Rebellion? No, I didn't. I talked about it. If it's not on there, it's lost. Remember, a few of those got lost a while back. I talked to YouTube about it. Sometimes my voice was the sound was going out, and that may have been one of them. Prelude to Rebellion came out as a flash drive series, Adobe Flash, right? Got reprinted in one of the, no, it never, did it get a reprint? I think it did get a reprint. Either way, I printed them all out, that motion comic book, and it's okay. It's not necessary to read. I mean, you talk to him, Josh the Nerd, but if you just feel like it's going nowhere, then don't, if you feel like you're talking in circles or you're coming at a impasse, neither one of you can cross. You voted for Waru. That's great. Voted for Kempa. I'm catching up with this conversation now. That's funny. Any Dragon Ball Z fans? That's hilarious. Yeah, the Firefly novel from Tim Levin was terrible. There was another one I didn't like either, Jordan. I can't remember what it was, but there's been like two not so good ones, in my opinion. I can't remember what the other one was. I don't have the books in front of me. Yeah, well said. Count Dooku is the best sound engraver. There you go. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not. I think he's overrated. So, but again, I am in the great minority with that. You keep up with Meg's video. Yeah, Meg does a great job reviewing. Claremont's Willow books are terrible. And then I just found out that they're worth a bunch. I threw all 3 hardbacks away because I tried to sell them to a used bookstore. They took every single book of mine except for the Chris Claremont books. So I just threw them in the trash. Hardbacks. I heard that 3rd hardback is super hard to find, worth hundreds of dollars. Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah. No, Meg's super talented. Yeah, you'll see her on A More Civilized Age. She comes on my show all the time. I joked with her last time. I have exclusive Meg content on my channel now. Yeah, I love Shaz of Endor comic book. I thought it was great. Am I going to see the 20th anniversary of Avengers the Sith? Yeah, if someone goes with me. I probably will. Wes would probably go with me. Greetings from Australia, Jed's podcast. What happened to Benjamin? Oh, yeah. Are you friends with Benjamin? You're one of his Australian friends? Yeah. So Benjamin is doing a show currently. Oh no, he just wrapped up his show. I don't know what he's doing now. I plotted a lot of Saturday Morning Salmon Flanges without him just in case. He is going to come back and rejoin. He is. I don't know when, but I have Samo Flange podcast for the next couple of weeks. But he will come back. I'll tell him people are asking about him. No, he wants to come back, but he was doing the play that goes wrong. Last weekend was the last show. Yes, last weekend was the last. So he's done now. And dude, I could have had him over this weekend. We could have recorded. We even talked a little bit. Oh no, I can't have him on. Dadgummit. He's now directing another dinner theater. That's what I was talking to him about. He wanted another one of my scripts. If I gave him one, I would have to rewrite it. And I just don't have the time right now to rewrite scripts. The one I'm on the hook for, I'm off the hook until we have a slight pay dispute. They have not paid me for a previous script, so they have to pay me first. So there's a lockout going on. And I never got paid for the play they did. And so it looks like, and if it keeps stalling out, I may talk to someone next week. I'm going up there next week. Maybe I'll talk. I'm not going to get ugly about it, but I'm just letting them know there is no summer play coming. There is no summer script coming. And right now, that needs to be resolved by the end of the month, or else there is no. I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't have the time. I'm trying to write a script for them right now for this summer that they want. So we're trying to, I'm sure it's an accounting error on their problem, but it needs to be addressed. Pretty high priority. They made tons of money. They can give me my little money for it. But Benjamin is doing a dinner theater right now, so he will not be on for the next 6 weeks, starting with this week. I think auditions were this week. Oh my. You just made me think about that. Okay. Ooh, going to be solo Samo Flanges for the while. But we are going to have him back. But he is great. His reviews, and he loves Australia. He loves it. It was a lot of fun. We were sharing pictures and everything. I want to go to Australia. I think that's a cool place. Of course, I know Lethal Lightning, Raging Rhino, another friend of mine, John, who were there. I'd love to meet every single one of those people. And I just love to go to Australia sometime. It was printed in the Republic comic book. Thank you. I thought it was. I didn't want to say it was and then forget. I printed it out myself a long time ago. And then someone gave me a nice copy of it in a nice book form. Shadows of Endor is really underrated. Yeah, it's really good. I almost caught up too, right? Yeah. Okay, good night, Josh the Nerd. Mount Sorrow return. Yeah, Mount Sorrow. I forgot about that. Good night, Brady. And now I've caught up. Look at that. Best artists say, leave the reader hungry. That's funny. Look at that. Yeah. You leave them wanting more, right? That's true. And with the EU, we want more. And I'll say this because I know people have argued about this. We'll wrap it up here in just a minute. But now that I'm caught up on the comments, I hear a lot of people go, well, I'm glad they won't touch the EU now because nowadays they'll ruin it. Well, I disagree. Only if I can have the caveat, that they attach the original authors, the people who were involved and care about the story. And if they attach them to it, I think we can still have a good story. So I would still believe in that. You stumbled upon the podcast by accident because we were talking about Australia. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, we did we call? We called his I know we called his I don't know if that was his girlfriend back then. I don't they're not seeing each other now, but I think we called her, but I think we called her after the show. We may have called her during the show, but that was really cool. But yeah, yeah. That was fun. That was fun. In fact, we had someone ask for Benjamin's number because they were going to Australia and they wanted to. I think Benjamin dated maybe one or two or three. He loves them Aussies. Yes, he does. I saw Deadpool Wolverine twice in theaters. I thought it was excellent. But yes, he did date a what's the sport? The is it handball? It's like basketball, but the standalone goals and the I think he dated one of those people, a doctor he dated, and someone else. I think I can't remember. Netball, yes, netball, a netball player. No, it didn't work out. Yeah, more for you. That's right. That's right. That's right. It didn't work out. Um, he he's kind of 107. Yeah, it's 107 where I live too, but that's all right. Anyway, what was I gonna say? It didn't work out. Uh, he strikes. I don't know. I think he's interested, but when it comes to getting tied down, no woman ties him down. He's got to keep roaming. He's got to keep roaming. Happy Easter, Blue Pig. But yeah, I think that's the case there. But he loved Australia. He really had a great time there, and he kept sending me pictures and everything. And yeah, that's a place I'd love to visit. Plus, I love how all the American products, like this is American peanut butter, this is American. It's all loaded with sugar, and y'all's is all just way better. Like food, you're way more food conscious than we are. Everything we have is loaded with sugar, and all y'all stuff is all natural or stuff. That's great. Um, what's my favorite actor or author you've ever met? Oh gosh, I don't know. Ray Parks was really nice. Actor I've ever met. Author. Oh, Dave Wolverton. Dave Farland, by far. He's excellent. He was excellent to meet twice, three times. Always gracious with his time with me. Um, for actors, met a few at Comic Cons. Actually, we were friends with the Green Power Ranger. And what do I mean by that? Like we we would hang out. He would go to different cons, and then we started seeing him all the time. We started talking, and we became friends. He got to a con. He said, "What con are you going to?" I don't know that con. Okay, I'm going to go. And he'd hit my wife up on Facebook and say, "Hey, I'll see y'all there," and blah blah. He invited us to the one of the after parties with him, and we couldn't go because I had to get back. I did not want to travel all through the night. And so we weren't staying. But I remember before he'd open up, he'd sit us down behind the counter. I mean, behind the table and talk with him. And he was just the nicest guy. I had no idea he was doing. People who deal with depression, they can hide it really well because he did not. He was such a positive guy. People came up to him and asked him the same. Like when we were at his table, people keep asking him the same question. I'd be like, how do you do that? I said, how do you do that? How do you, they're asking you the same questions, making the same jokes. He said, well, remember, he said, it's the first time for them. I've heard it a million times, but it's the first time. And a lot of people, that's what they want. They want to say that line to me. They want to talk about that episode, and it means a lot to them. And just because I've heard it several times, they've never heard my response before. And that's exactly what an actor says when you're doing the show and you're saying the same lines over and over again. And I told him, he's like, well, yeah, that it just goes right in hand with that. I mean, just a lot of things and he would just seemed very positive, and you didn't know all this stuff was going on in his personal life either. And by that time, we had stopped talking to because we had stopped doing the circuit, so we kind of parted ways, in a way. But he was really nice. There's a lot of nice actors. They're just really nice people. I can't remember who else I felt was just really cool to hang out with and talk to. I mean, when I was sitting back because me and Ray Park became somewhat friends during Comic-Con because he came incognito to a midnight kung fu showing and he saw me at it. And then that I also got to talk to this kung fu master who's in the movie, and I got to talk to him and have him autograph something. And the next day, when I went, Ray, he said, Matt, he said, come here. He said, what did you tell Master So-and-so? I said, what? He went, last night at the movie. What? I said, you were there? He went, yeah, I was wearing a mask. He said, I didn't want anyone to know. He said, but I wanted to see that movie. Isn't it a great movie? I was like, yeah, it's a great movie. He's like, and do you know that Master So-and-so is this? Like, so wait, why didn't you talk to him? He's like, oh, I didn't want to reveal myself. And I was like, wow. He said, but yeah, what'd you tell him? I said, well, I just told him this, that. And he just said, thank you. And he said, oh yeah, he's just great. And so we sat there and behind the table for a while talking. I mean, just really like, I was like, dude, I can't believe I'm here talking to Ray Park. So, I mean, everyone was really, Billy D. Williams and Peter Mayhew was not nice at all. He didn't care. He's like, give me the money, sign it, take a picture, move on. Billy D. Williams probably had a hangover when I saw him. He wasn't talking that much, but Peter Mayhew was very rude. And they say that oh gosh, David Prowse was really mean. He was fine. He was fine, but he was just like, money, sign, thank you very much. Move on. Money, good. Sign. Take a picture. Thank you very much. You know, just business. Yeah, they have giant spiders. That's why my wife won't want to go. She hates the spiders. Do you read the EU Jets podcast? Dave Wolverton was great. Jason David Frank. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, he's just a nice guy. Oh my goodness. My favorite Power Ranger, to be honest, that's my wife. I'm way too old for Power Rangers. I thought they were a ripoff of Voltron, and I never watched the show. I was older too, by the way. Yeah, Ray Park's really nice. Almost 2 hours. Yeah, I'm going to cut it off in a minute. I never got to meet him. I never got to meet Anthony Daniels. William Shatner's like all business, like move on, move through. I'm trying to think of other people. Summer Glau is really nice from Firefly. Super, so nice that the joke was I have the Firefly DVD set signed by everyone but Nathan Fillion. Everyone signed it. And the first time I got signed, it was to one of the Baldwins. I can't remember who now because my brain's not working this late. But my wife did not want to be at that Comic-Con. And then the first Comic-Con we went to, she was just mad she had to be there. Well, then the guy Jane from Firefly started talking to her, and she started just loving it. He said, what's your name, sweetheart? And she said, Megan. He goes, okay. And he said, to Megan on my DVD. It was supposed to be to me. And she went, oh, do you want to go back and have him say, and Matt? And I went, no. So then the joke was everyone has to say to Megan. Well, my wife did not want to wait in line anymore because she doesn't care. So when I went up to Summer, I said, yeah, can you address it to Megan? She looked at me and went, it's for my wife. She's over there. She didn't want to wait in line. She went, oh, well, let's go see her. And got up with me, walked through the crowd, said, I'll be right back, walked all the way across the hall to where Megan was sitting and sat down and spoke to her for a few minutes. It's my autograph. My wife didn't even care. Now, she was very happy that Summer Glau sat down and talked to her for a few minutes and then walked back. I mean, just super nice. And in fact, all the people from Firefly were incredibly kind. Like the doctor, I can't remember his name, was super funny and joking with us. And golly, Kaylee, I don't know any of the actors' names right now, but they were super funny and joking with us before they started signing, and were just super nice. Like just everyone was just super incredible. super incredible people there. And I was really happy to get all the autographs I did. But most people are really, Adam West is really fun, and Burt Ward. I'm so happy I got to meet them. I said, I know you guys hear this a lot, but I just loved that show as a kid. The reruns is what I caught on. And, I was so happy I got to meet them. And I got a Yvonne Craig autograph and a Catwoman autograph. And the only person I didn't get was Frank Gorshin. He wasn't doing the tours even when he was alive. I could have bought one, but I didn't want to buy one. I wanted them to say to Matt on them. My wife was a big Red Ranger fan. She loves the Red Power Ranger. That was her favorite, the original one. So, yeah. But anyway, all right. So there we go, 2-hour mark. Anyway, folks, happy Easter. Have a great one. Thanks for joining. Sorry this is long. See you later.